Hello, hello. How are you? I'm good, thanks for asking. It's a beautiful day today. Weather is, quite nice. Sun is shining upon thee. The thing I want to mention today is, that's in my mind, is about fear. It's not the normal bullshit you probably hear, but this is an interesting point about, I'm in the gym, right? So I'm back in the gym environment, as I've said many times before, and probably the major thing that sits in my mind that I could do to incorporate social media and grow my audience and awareness and a lot of fun stuff is to shoot videos within the gym of my clients achieving results or talking through, issues that they're having, because these issues are pretty universal outside of a couple of odd things here and there. Like, they're pretty universal issues that everyone can benefit from, to going, oh shit, well, yeah, this is how this person dealt with that to get the result they want, or this is how this person, now that I know that someone else has that same issue, it just helps you feel better that you know that you're not the only one dealing with that issue. But the point is that I could be shooting these things. I could be shooting videos in the, setting up my camera. I've got a camera stand, like a proper, height one, that I can put my phone on. I got a really good quality phone, hopefully a good, I know it's pretty good, the camera, the quality of the camera and the phone, but I'm not doing it. Or I'm doing it, but I'm kind of hiding a little bit doing it. And it's the fear thing, right? So it's the fear of not being 100% you and just going full throttle at that. And this came up in my mind because I was listening to the good old Gary Vaynerchuk, Gary V, and someone asked him a question, as he does his famous Q&A things, when he does his keynote speeches. Someone asked him something about, what's the ROI of being 100% you and not living in the fear space about exposing who you are. And he says the ROI is speed. And that really, it was not the answer I was expecting, nor have I ever heard before. And the way he explained it, which I thought was really cool and interesting, is the speed will come from, I could have made 100 videos by now, maybe not 100, but I could have made a lot of videos in the last 6 weeks of me being in the gym and just asking and getting consent from my clients, going, oh, is it okay if I film some of this session? Obviously, I won't put you in any compromising positions, and, I won't use your name and all that kind of stuff, de-identify you, but do that and then post those. And I think people get a lot of value out of that, but I'm not doing it because I'm playing in a bit of fear, like, oh, what are people going to think of me if I'm talking into my phone, or I've got my phone up and I'm talking to a client, and what are the clients going to think? Are they going to not like that and that kind of thing? And I'm sure a couple, would prefer not to do it, and that's totally fine. But I bet by and large, most people would be fairly cool with that. And some actually really love it, like, want the social media exposure out of it and enjoy having their profile kind of raised in that side. But guess what? I'm not doing it because I'm playing a little bit in fear, and that one's bothering me a bit, because I've had the idea since like the moment I decided to switch gears and do the personal training thing again, but I haven't done it. I mean, I've done it, but I've done it in a much smaller fashion. So I've done it, but there's a consult room, so I'll go into that room and I'll shut the door, lock the door, and then I'll do a little Facebook Live. So look, I mean, it's good. I'm getting more comfortable with doing that, and I'm obviously getting more comfortable talking into a camera, which for me has been a very strange thing, at least initially. I can still remember the first video I ever did, and posted it to my social media. It's like the worst thing you've ever seen. And I'm not saying this is like the greatest thing here at the moment by any means, but I was so nervous to speak into the camera and that kind of thing. And I bet what's going to happen is the same thing again. Once I actually get comfortable with that, I'll be like, fuck, why didn't I do that 2 years ago? I've wasted a lot of energy and time. So the speed, because what will happen is that you'll get the results faster, because I think we intuitively, well, not always, but often know to try things and to do things and do more. But then we have the fear going, well, what if something doesn't work out? What if someone doesn't like it? What if someone judges me or looks at me strangely or whatever? And that's why we don't do things. And I know that's me. And I've gotten better with that. I mean, I'm doing these videos, and I would not have done this. Yeah, like I think I've said it before, about even 6 months ago, maybe even 3 months ago, I wouldn't have done that. But here I am just going, fuck it. I'm just, all in on myself and doing it. So the speed that you get from not acting in fear and acting from a place of, gotta love when people cut in front of you. Breathe, Miles, breathe. Here we go. Get another lane. Yeah, suck on that. Hey, you stuck back there. Boom. That's how I roll. Stupid shit, hey? It's the petty stuff that we do in life that's like, why do we do that? But anyways, that one worked out well, and I felt sweet about that moment right there. Anyways, so, it's that speed and the power you get from having the speed and being your true authentic self and not worrying about what other people think to such a degree. Like, the more you can go full throttle on that, the more I can see how it would be that the speed of getting the result you want comes a lot faster, because otherwise you're going to take forever to get to the point of doing the thing that you just need to do in order to get whatever the result you want, and it may take you fucking years or decades to get there, but the decision is made in a moment, and then you just do it and you just execute. And yeah, it may suck for a little bit, or the audio quality may suck, or the video quality may suck, or you might be trembling the camera, which I've absolutely I've done before. But you know what? You've just got to, what I'm learning through this process, and I'm actively learning this, as I go still at this moment, is that you just often have to just get in there and do it. And it's the shit that people tell you to do, but I've been such a perfectionist for, pretty much most of my life. And I don't know. Actually, I don't know if it's perfectionist that I've been really thinking about it, or if it's just I don't want to be found out to be wrong. It's probably more that, now that I think about it. I don't want the exposure. I don't want to be exposed and being like, oh shit, there's something I don't know. I don't want people to have that. So that's when I'll make sure I only cover the stuff I know, or I'll only go into environments that I already know my shit in, and not expose myself to environments I don't know anything in. And I don't want to look like an idiot in front of people and be found out not to know anything, or that someone else knows something more than I do. I don't want to be in that space. And so as a result, I have tended to do a lot less of putting myself out there. But this is a very good example of me doing that. Like I've said in previous videos, so far I'm just posting them. I'm not even putting much of a description in. Like, I'm literally just posting them to YouTube initially, and I don't know where you're going to watch this from if you're watching this, but I imagine I'll put it probably native to Facebook as well. Instagram's a different story, but I'm just doing it, and no one's watching it so far. And honestly, I know no one's watching it, and there's probably some comfort in that, isn't there? Because if I know no one's watching it, it means there's no judgment on me yet. I'm just putting this out into the ether, and again, it's mostly for my own kind of gain, my own benefit, like to get these ideas and thoughts out whilst I'm driving, because I have most of them while I'm driving anyways. So I might as well just take the time to go, well, just document it and talk about it. And then I'm sure at some point we're going to take these. We, being the collective group of whoever gets involved with me, will take these, and then these videos and actually, hopefully find something, a few seconds of goodness out of each one of them, and splice it into one kind of cool, one edit together that covers everything, or can cover different messages. So that's pretty exciting. That's pretty cool to think about. That will happen in the future, and that might be like 5 years. That might be 10 years away. And God, who knows what's Google going to look like in 10 years? What's YouTube going to look like in 10 years? What's Facebook? What's Instagram? Snapchat? Any of that stuff. Like, what is all that going to look like in 10 years? Because all that's, as of what's now, 2018. So 10 years ago is, I think, right about when I got onto Facebook and it just started gaining more popularity. Up until that point, it was nothing. And so, what's another 10 years? Because Facebook is a monster now. What's another 10 years going to do that? So, yeah, I don't know what that's going to look like, but it'll be certainly interesting environment to see. And so, I assume it's going to be, at some point, it's going to be the VR, the virtual reality stuff. It'll be, maybe I'll be sitting down in your living room and it'll be converting these videos into holograms or some shit. So, yeah, back to the point of just doing and working through it and trying to face my fear. I am facing them as much as I can. Obviously I'm doing as much as I can. Can always do more, and feel like I probably should be pushing the envelope more on that. That's probably always true. You can always push the envelope more than you are now. And I'd like to keep pushing on that. So hopefully you see future videos, and I'll do, you know, a video or live video or whatever in the actual gym with the gym equipment in the background. I think, you know, I'll do well when I do that. So, you know, hold me accountable, people. Make sure I do that. If I don't, write a comment saying, Miles, you fucker, you never did it. I'll look back through your videos of a year worth and you never did it. No, I'll get it done. The other interesting thing that's happened in my life recently, and this is all good stuff, right? So, okay, I'll just go through it. So the other thing that's happened is I'm working with a guy called, my name's Brian, and he runs a business called Third Way Man. And Third Way Man is been around for a few years now, and it's got such a cool, interesting topic that he talks about. And I'm actually going to do some work with him, and he's got over 100,000 you know, Facebook likes, not that likes everything, but, you know, or followers or whatever. So, you know, he's got a significant amount there, but trying to work on some traction in Instagram and more on Twitter as well. So, and then a bit more on Facebook, trying to keep growing on Facebook. And I've stayed in contact with him for the last 2 years. And this just shows you the value of putting your effort in consistently over the long term. And even 2 years, even that long term, but, you know, at least I didn't give it 5 minutes and give up. I basically said to him, like, look, I'll do whatever. Like, I want to be a part of whatever you've got at some point, you know, if we can do that. Now, there was an opportunity that I had to work with him for his health and fitness to help to get his he's got a large list of followers, of a big email list as well, and to then promote a like health and fitness package to his members. And that, like, wouldn't I be perfect for that? Because I love the vibe of what he delivers. I understand it well. We've got a good relationship as well, and also we've got you know, it's like what I do. He knows I'm passionate about that, and that I'm trying to grow my online business. And guess what? I didn't get that gig. But I didn't feel negative about it. It kind of sucked for a minute, but I was like, oh man, I wish I would have gotten that, because that would make a lot of sense for me to do that. Didn't happen though, but that's okay, because you just keep rolling with it. And then so the other opportunity was, you know, I just said, look, I'm hungry, I'm changing jobs, I'm moving into, you know, the online space as well as the personal training space full time, and I'm hungry, you know, and anything I can do to be a part of it. And I, you know, suggested that we should, you know, look at his Instagram account, because it's very minimal at this point, considering how big he is on Facebook and the volume of work that he's done to this date. And guess what? He's using me as we're doing a trial, 3-month trial of me promoting the Facebook, well, a lot of his social media stuff. And honestly, I have no fucking idea where I'm going to find the time for that. I'm actually quite concerned. I'm saying yes to it because it's such an opportunity to learn, first of all, work with a man that I appreciate and like and vibe with his kind of tribe of people. I'm definitely within his tribe of people that, you know, his ideal tribe would be, is like his ideal avatar, I should say, I guess, is me. Like, I am within that 100%. And first time I ever read his Facebook ad, that's how I heard about this guy. Like, I remember coming home. I can still remember reading that Facebook ad. How crazy is that? How many Facebook ads do you actually remember reading? I came home and I don't know, I saw it somehow, and I actually literally sat in the car and read the entire Facebook ad. I was like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever read. And immediately bought his like $10 PDF thing and joined his, and then soon after joined his group, his Facebook group as well. And it was like the best thing I've ever done. Anyways, so it's great to be a part of that, and I also get financially rewarded commensurate with, you know, the results that we get for them. So, you know, but the thing that's scary is like, where am I? I'm kind of barely getting through. As you know, I've said before, if you've listened to these other videos or watched the other videos, I'm barely getting through what I'm already doing, and I'm not doing enough in that space that I want to be doing. And there's all these ideas I want to implement, short of sleeping, you know, 4 to 5 hours a night, which I don't do well on, more than I can do a couple of nights, but I don't do well on, and I certainly can't give to my clients that energy if I'm lacking that. And I feel a bit like a bullshit artist if I do, because, you know, I'm espousing to live a healthy life, and if you sleep 4 or 5 hours a night, unless you're the rare breed that can do that consistently, that's just not a healthy thing for you. So anyway, so I don't know where I'm going to find the freaking hours to do that. But what am I going to do? You know, this is a hell of an opportunity. And honestly, you can earn a significant amount of income. You can earn a lot of income. Well, a lot. It can earn good income. It can earn some very good income, and you know, it's in the online space, which I want to develop and get better at as well. And it's also with a group that I really like. There's too many perfect, you know, things about this not to do it. I'm like, fuck it, I just got to figure it out. And if we do it well enough, my wife said she would get involved with it as well. We'll see how we go. But, you know, if she can do some of the background work on it for it, and she can develop her skill set in that as well, then she can actually, because she works on weekends, she could actually quit her job and do this full time and still make probably twice as much as she was making, you know, working every weekend and all that. And then this offers the flexibility. It offers the online component of that. So, you know, it can be done any hour of the day. It offers the opportunity to improve and get better and learn about that. And then we can also use that for our business, or my business, for the online stuff as well, to be better at marketing and branding and putting videos out and content out, and, you know, helping you find people of the world. Anyways, I'm home now, so I'm going to go spend some quality time with my family. By the way, if you watched the last couple of videos, I did mention that I was creeping out later and later in the day. I'm just going to put the clock on here. It is now 12:38 in the afternoon. So I am home like an hour earlier than I was when I started going, shit, it's really starting to slip on me. And I pulled it back the last couple of days, and it's worked out well. I really had to literally walk out the door, you know, the moment I could. And so I've done that. So I'm happy to be home, and I'm going to spend some quality time with the fam. Bye for now.